Hi, it's Mark Donegan with the Marketing Execution Podcast. A lot of marketers think positioning is about claiming you're the best, but that's not how the real market leaders do it. They don't compete to be better. They position themselves as the original. And that's where most tech companies miss the mark. After 20 years working on positioning strategies for enterprise software, I've seen how this single misunderstanding can derail even great startups. So in this episode, we're breaking down what positioning really means and how to use it to win.
Tune in, listen up, it's marketing time. Bright ideas sparking, blowing your mind. From strategies to big exec dreams, catch the buzz and join the execution. Marketing Convo.
Welcome to the Marketing Execution Podcast. This is the show for tech founders and leaders building B2B products and technologies. We show you how to go further, faster to get the business results you need.
From strategies to big exec dreams, catch the buzz and join the execution. Marketing Convo.
Mark, I was thinking about something on the drive over here. Every single startup founder I talk to, every pitch deck I see, they all say the same thing. We're the best. We're the fastest. We're the most innovative. It all just becomes noise, Like, how does anyone actually cut through that anymore?
The we're the best trap is often one of the biggest mistakes founders make. They think marketing is a battle of products, but it's not. It never has been. The book that absolutely nailed this, like decades ago, was Positioning by Ries and Trout. Their whole point is that marketing is a battle for the mind.
A battle for the mind. Okay, unpack that.
It means you win by occupying a tiny piece of real estate and your customer's brain. And shouting, "We're the best," is like trying to build a skyscraper with a bucket of sand. It just doesn't work. The human brain filters it out immediately. It's an empty claim.
So what's the alternative? If you can't say you're the best, what do you say?
You find a way to make the leader irrelevant. This is the most powerful concept in the book. It's called repositioning the competition. Instead of talking about yourself, you reframe the entire market so that the leader suddenly looks like the wrong choice.
Whoa, okay, that sounds aggressive.
It is, but it works. Think about it. Let's say you're launching a new project management tool. The leader is, Asana or Monday.com. You don't go out and say, "We're a better Asana." Nobody will ever believe you. Instead, you create a new category. For example, you say, "Asana is great for big teams, but it's complicated, bloated enterprise software. We are the first project management tool built only for solo founders."
Oh, I see it. You're not attacking their strengths. You're highlighting a weakness that's a consequence of their strengths.
Exactly. You've just created a new hole in the prospect's mind. A little box that says project management for solo founders. And guess who's the leader in that box? You are, because you're the only one in it. You've repositioned Asana as the complex, wrong choice for your specific audience. It's genius.
So how do you actually craft that message? Because that still feels tricky to get right.
Well, this is the second secret, and it's so simple, people miss it. You have to oversimplify the message. You have to make it painfully simple. Founders, especially tech founders, they love complexity. They want to talk about all 20 features, but the research is clear. Our working memory can only hold like 4 pieces of information at a time, maybe even less.
4 things, that's it.
That's it. So your entire positioning has to be boiled down to one simple, credible idea, one thing you can own. Volvo owned safety. For decades, that's all they had to say. They didn't say they were the fastest or the prettiest. They owned one word: safety. Your message has to be that simple to cut through the noise.
That's That's really hard to do. It requires so much discipline.
It's the hardest part. It means leaving things out. It means saying no to 99% of what your product can do to focus on the one thing you want to be known for. And you have to be consistent over time. You can't change your position every 6 months when you get a new idea. This is a long-term play.
Okay, so let's say a founder does this. They find their niche, they reposition the competition, they get that simple message out, and it works. They become the leader in their little pond. What's the next trap they fall into?
Oh, it's the most tempting trap of all, the line extension.
What do you mean by that?
It's when you have a successful brand. Let's say you make lotion X and it's a huge hit. The logical next step in most people's minds is to launch Lotion X Supreme or Lotion X for Men or Lotion X Shampoo. You just tack the new product onto the successful brand name. It seems smart, right? Instant brand recognition saves on marketing costs. Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. And it's a brand killer. It's one of the core things we talk about here on the Marketing Execution Podcast. Every time you add something new to a brand name, you dilute its meaning. The brand's position gets weaker. Imagine if Ferrari, which owns expensive, high-end Italian sports car, suddenly started selling an economy sedan, a $25,000 Ferrari.
Right, it wouldn't be Ferrari anymore. It would just be another car company.
The magic is gone. You've destroyed the position. You've weakened the brand. What Ries and Trout argue, and I've seen this play out 100 times, is that if you're entering a new category, you should launch a new brand. P&G doesn't sell Tide diapers. They launched a whole new brand called Pampers to own the diaper category. It takes more courage and more money up front, but it's the only way to build another market-leading position without destroying your first one.
Wow, so you have to be disciplined enough to kill your own ideas in a way. That's a whole different level of strategy, which actually makes me wonder about the founders themselves. How does this apply to them personally, not just their product?
That's the absolute core of it, Tim, because in the beginning, the founder is the first product. The company's position is just a shadow of the founder's personal position in the market. It's all they have.
Wait, hang on. So my personal brand, what people think of me, directly maps on to how they see my company?
100%. At least in the early days, before you have 1 million customers and a huge brand, you are it. You have to ask yourself, what position do I occupy in the minds of my first hires, my first investors, my first customers? Are you the technical genius who built something impossible? Or are you the industry veteran who saw a problem nobody else did? That story, that
personal positioning is the company story. Okay, that makes so much sense, but it also feels like a ton of pressure. It means if I'm not clear about who I am, my company can't be clear about what it is.
You nailed it. It's why the biggest challenge for founders isn't just finding a product market niche. It's finding their own personal niche. It's exactly the same principle we talked about with product lines. It's that line extension trap, but this time it's personal.
Oh man, say more about that. That's a really interesting parallel.
Look, you can't be everything to everybody. As a founder or a leader, you can't be the visionary artist and the master operator and the fundraising machine. I mean, maybe one person in a generation can, but the rest of us, we have to pick a lane. The moment you try to be all things, you dilute your own brand. Your personal position gets weaker. People don't know what box to put you in. And if they can't position you, they definitely can't position your company.
So you have to, pigeonhole yourself? I could see a lot of founders pushing back on that. They see themselves as versatile, able to wear all the hats.
It's not pigeonholing, it's focus. It's about being known for one thing, the most powerful thing. I know of a company. The founder was this incredible engineer, a true 10 times coder. But in his pitches, he tried to position himself as this slick sales leader. It never felt right. It felt off. The company struggled to get funding, to find its footing. Because it wasn't authentic. It wasn't authentic, and his story didn't match the product's reality. His strength was the tech. The moment he leaned into that, the moment he positioned himself as the obsessive engineer who built the only tool that could solve this deep technical problem, everything changed. The right investors came to him. The right co-founder, a sales expert, joined him because she saw her missing piece.
I see what you mean. His personal positioning became a filter. It attracted the right people and probably pushed away the wrong ones.
Exactly. Your positioning is a magnet for the people who need your specific genius. Your co-founders, your first 10 employees, they aren't just buying into a product idea, they're buying into you. They're making a bet on your position. Are you the person to lead this charge? If you're a product visionary, you'll attract incredible engineers who want to build your vision. If you're a sales animal, you'll attract product people who need someone to get their creation into the world.
Yeah, I've seen this happen firsthand. We worked with a founder who was a master at building community, just magnetic. People loved being around her, but her pitch decks were all about her SaaS platform's architecture and uptime stats.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and nobody cared. The investors' eyes would just glaze over. It was a total mismatch. When we convinced her to lead with her strength, to tell the story of the community she was building and how the software was just a tool for them, it was night and day. The entire energy in the room shifted. They weren't investing in software anymore. They were investing in her ability to lead a movement.
That's it. That's the whole game right there. She stopped trying to occupy a position she couldn't own, best tech, and started owning the one that was authentically hers, best community builder. She repositioned herself, and in doing so, she repositioned the entire company. It's not just about messaging, it's about identity.
Okay, this is huge. We've talked about the what and now the why, the deep personal why. It makes me think, if a founder is listening right now, what's the first step? How do they actually sit down and do this for themselves and their company? What does that process look like on one day morning?
Tim, it's time to get practical. Let's talk about what this looks like for that founder on Monday morning, coffee in hand.
Yes, let's do it. I'm ready. Where does someone even begin?
It's simpler than you think. You don't need a 100-page deck. You just need to answer a few brutally honest questions. The first one is, listeners try to ponder this question: what position do you actually occupy right now?
Not what you want to occupy, but what you really do.
Exactly. And you can't get the answer from inside your own office. You got to be a detective. Go to G2, go to Capterra, read your customer reviews. What specific words do they use? Forget your marketing copy. What are their words? That's your true north.
So you're building a word cloud of reality.
You are. And then you ask your sales team, what competitor comes up in every single call? Don't guess. Ask them. If you keep hearing the same name, that is your direct opponent for that spot in the customer's mind. You are fighting them for one piece of mental real estate.
Okay, so step one is getting an honest outside-in view of where you stand today. That's super clear. What's next?
Next, you have to find your open space. Think of the market like a crowded city. All the big plots of land are taken. You can't just build another sales force. It's already there. You have to find the empty lot, the niche.
So you're not trying to build a taller skyscraper next to the existing one.
Never. You're looking for a totally new neighborhood. Look at Figma. They didn't say we're a better Adobe Photoshop. That spot was taken. They created a new spot. Design, but for teams. It was about collaboration. That was their empty lot. They became the only choice for that specific job.
And that changes the whole game. You're not a competitor anymore. You're a new category.
You're a new category. So for the founder listening, you need to finish this sentence. We are the only company that, and the end of that sentence has to be something a small, specific group of people really cares about. It might feel small at first. That's a good thing. It means the lot is probably empty.
That's a fantastic framework. We are the only. I love that. So you know where you are and you know where you want to go. What's the final piece to actually get there?
The bridge between those 2 points is your name and your messaging. But let's stick with the name because it's so fundamental. Your company's name needs to do some of the work for you. It has to hint at the position you want to own.
Can you give an example to that?
Sure. Think about a name like Interglobal Dynamics Solutions. What on earth is that? It means nothing. It could be an accounting firm or a janitorial service. It's a blank slate, a bad one. Now, think of a name like Slack. It sounds fast, easy, a little bit of a shortcut. It fits the position of making work communication less formal and faster. The name helps plant the flag.
Wow, so the name is a tiny piece of positioning in itself.
It's the point of the spear. The most important test is just asking yourself, does the name pass the 5-second test? If you tell someone the name and what you do they get it instantly? Or do they get that confused, squinty-eyed look? That look is death for your positioning. It means you have to work 10 times harder just to explain what you are. A good name, it gives you a head start.
Mark, this has been incredible. Before we wrap, can you just boil this all down for us? Give us the 1, 2, 3 summary of everything we've covered today.
Okay, absolutely. It all boils down to this. Marketing is not a battle of features. It's a battle for a tiny specific spot in your customer's mind. To win that spot, you have to reposition the leader and create a new category where you are the only choice. But it's deeper than that. In the beginning, the company's position is really your position, the founders. You have to be known for one thing. Your personal strength is the company's first story. And the way to do that is to get brutally honest about where you stand today, find that empty lot in the market, and then build your entire message around being the only solution for a very specific group of people. It's all about focus.
Mark, that's a perfect summary. So after all this, the theory, the personal brand, the tactics, if a founder only has the mental energy to change one thing tomorrow morning, what should it be?
Stop trying to be better. Your real job, your only job, is to be the first in a category of one, the only choice for someone. And the path to becoming the only is having the courage to be less. The Marketing Execution Podcast is produced by Growth Stage Marketing. We are on a mission to see your company reach wild success using marketing pods.
Too big, accept dreams. Catch the buzz and join the execution. Marketing Convo.
Thank you for listening and being a part of the marketing execution movement and community. To learn how growth stage marketing clients reach more buyers and drive business impact, go to growthstage.marketing. That's growthstage.marketing.